Namaste Hoopers! My name is Katie and I'm back to teach you another trick with your hula hoop for Flow Arts Friday. So today I'm going to suggest that you have a beginner size hoop, maybe something that is not super heavy weighted, but I would say something that's a little bit heavier than what I'm using, which is a Poly Pro hoop. This is very lightweight, very similar to a child size hoop and to the weight of that as well. So this trick that I'm going to teach you today is going to be a little bit harder to do with a lighter hoop, so just something to keep in mind. If that's all you got though, go ahead and try and you may be able to figure it out. So today we're going to be learning about knee hooping. So if you're not familiar with knee hooping, you usually start on the waist. And then you lower the hoop down to just right above the knee. And you can stay there with both feet in. You can bring one leg out. And then you can put the leg back in. So, first things first, I just showed you everything you can do with knee hooping pretty much. You want to start with waist hooping, obviously. So if you are still struggling with keeping it on your waist, I would say maybe hold off on this trick and just keep practicing that first. But you want to get real good at waist hooping and keeping the hoop in this horizontal plane. So this even plane where it's parallel with the ground. Once you have really good control of the hoop, then you just want to start to lower, let it fall down a little bit, and then notice how it feels if it's just a little bit lower on the hips. See what that motion feels like in the upper body and in the lower body. And imagine that you're just grounding down through the feet and letting this little motion come up the body so that you can keep the hoop exactly where it needs to be. Now, if you want to try to go a little bit lower, you can try to get it right above the knee. And once it's there, right now my hoop is spinning to the left. So I'm using my right knee to lead, and it's pushing, 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 pushing the hoop to go all the way over to the left. So you just want to get the timing right so that the knee is pressing out right when the hoop is coming around, so it's propelling it to go in another cycle around. To get the hoop to come back up to the waist, all you would have to do is just bob that knee in and out a little bit faster to then bring the hoop back up. So let's slow that down. So now that we're slowing this down, notice how I'm keeping the hoop in the same plane as it lowers down to just right above the knee. And you see that I'm pressing my right knee forward, forward, forward to keep the hoop circling around to the left. And I feel it in the back of my hamstrings and right behind the knee. And then to bring it back up, you just want to start moving the knee a little bit faster and then feel the hoop on the thigh and then press the thigh forward into the hoop to then let it move up a little bit more until it comes all the way back up to the waist. Doing a little spin can sometimes help with momentum, so that's always a recommendation here. You see I got my hips involved too, but there you go. So the last thing that I did was pull my foot out, so then I was just hooping on one knee. And that's definitely an advanced variation of this trick, but for those of you that already feel pretty comfortable knee hooping and want to take it to the next level, I'll go ahead and give you some tips for that. So you can really just focus on grounding down through the foot that's going to stay on the ground. And then as soon as there's this open space, just remove the foot out. And honestly, that is probably going to take a few times where the foot grabs onto the hoop. It may look something like that, where it kind of just hits the hoop on the way out. And just know it's going to happen until you get the timing right. But as long as you keep it above the knee and you lift it out, you could have your foot go in front, to the side, to the back. And I've even seen some people do this little step transition. I obviously didn't do it right, but I've seen people do this really cool step out transition where they go into a wedgie. I can't do that. I'm still practicing, but just to give some inspiration to those that are more at that advanced level. And that's pretty much it. It's definitely a fun trick to learn. I would say that for the most part, this one takes quite a bit of time just to get comfortable with. So if you aren't good at waist hooping yet, and this is hard, you can do what I did just a moment ago and start it down at your knees and just give it a little spin. Once again, lead with the opposite knee that the direction is going. So if your hoop is spinning to the right, you're gonna use your left knee to lead. And I'm not as good at that side, which leads me to my next thing. Do both sides. Seriously, it makes a difference. And I know it's a lot more fun to do it on your dominant side, but take it from someone that's been hooping for about a decade. It is so much better if you hoop on both sides from the beginning and you build that muscle awareness, that flow, and that alignment on both sides for every single trick that you learn. So I wish I had done that from the beginning. I did not. I did not have proper training. I just kind of jumped in and found tutorials on YouTube, which there wasn't many back then. And I was just very much misled in how I was supposed to be practicing and training. I didn't have very good information back then. So that's why I'm sharing these videos. I really want to spread this knowledge and this beautiful art that has helped me so much in finding some peace, finding an outlet, a creative outlet, an outlet for my stress, and a way to connect, because that's what brought us together on this video. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you for the Sunday self-care flow if you're in the Facebook group and you plan on joining that. And I look forward to sharing space with you, virtual space at that time. Have a beautiful Friday, my friends. Namaste.